When I joined, I had one client at the time. I think I was making around 3K a month.
And how much are you making now?
Right now, we're doing around 17K per month. You really gave me the roadmap from point A to point Z. Bro, I know exactly what I'm doing now.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here with Ahmed. He joined the Content Agency Accelerator and he's gotten some crazy results. So tell him, how much were you making when you joined and how much are you making now?
When I joined, I had one client at the time, and I think I was making around 3K a month. And it's funny because in that moment, like literally from the first day I joined the program, we upsold him to 5K a month. And then right now we're doing around 17K per month. Most of it is in like retainers, and then the rest is in like kind of like one-off projects as well.
Yep. Awesome. So just to make sure we got that right, you're at 17K a month now.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire. Dope. So tell us a bit about the business. Like, are you doing like YouTube videos? Is it short form? Are you doing the full service? Just give us the rundown.
Yeah, so we're doing like a full done for you. So that's the ideation, that's the scripting, that's the editing. What I love about Ayman as well, he always just spoke about it in like the pillars. So it's like the ideating, the scripting, the editing. I always say that now. It's like it's tattooed on my skin. So yeah, I always say like that's what we're focusing on. Short form, yeah, we kind of do it here and there, but that's more so the one-off projects, but mainly YouTube. I say YouTube is where we're at.
Yeah, I have that pitch memorized where it's like the ideas, the scripts, post-production. It works like a charm. Yeah, that's one thing. Do you feel like you learned a ton of sales skills? Like maybe before joining, you had like not much sales experience, and then now you're like a machine.
It's easy now. Like there's one program in the Content Agency Accelerator program or like a module where you kind of go over like sales techniques and you kind of show past sales calls that work really well for you. So there was one that you posted that was a really, really tough sell. I know the one we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Is it like the 1 hour long one?
It's too much, bro. But that one, like I took so many lessons from it. And now as soon as I jump on a sales call, like I'm trying to get people to laugh. I'm trying to get people to kind of warm up to my personality, because I feel like that's one thing I have going for me. So yeah, it's one of the best things, especially kind of just the sales tips and kind of where to pivot it in a way where, okay, you think they're qualified, okay, now we go for the kill. So that's something I really, really learned.
How would you describe the program? Like, do you feel like it's something where you're kind of like thrown in there and then you're lost, or do you feel like you knew exactly what to do? Like, just walk us through that.
Nah, especially from the onboarding. So I'd say my situation was a bit different. Like I was one of the first people to join the program. So I joined like March 15th, 2024, something like that, right? So I was still joining when the program was still in its infancy. But even then, even from when I joined, you gave me such a clear roadmap of, okay, so you set up the VSL, then you start doing your Dream 100s, then you start outreach, and then you start doing your own content, and you start doing your lead magnet giveaways, the auto like, bro, I can keep going. But you really gave me the roadmap from point A to point Z.
Awesome. And then do you feel like, obviously now there's more people in the group, but do you still have that like one-to-one touch, or do you feel like, oh, you're lost in the sauce or something?
Oh, no way. Like I can put in a question in the chat and you'll reply within the next couple of hours. I think that's what I love so much about it, is like no matter how big you get, no matter how many people join the program, you're going to get that one-to-one access. You're going to get, and if it's not just from you, it's the other agency program members as well. It's like if you're not answering, someone else is going to, but mainly it comes from you. But that support, that community cohesion, it's always there, and it's really, really, really helpful.
What would you say is the main thing you were struggling with before joining? Like, was it like, 'cause you're making 3K, basically 5K a month? Was it like an acquisition thing? Was it something else?
No, big thing was acquisition. That's it. Like, I feel like at that level, your biggest problem is just signing clients. Like you can do all of this, like fancy things, set up a name of your business, like one thing I notice is that everyone, when they start out, they have problems that they shouldn't care about. But what you're able to do is you really dial in on the client acquisition program. You Dream 100, you do your 5 outreaches a day, you send your scripts, you send your Loom audits, and then you really kind of hone in on that process. So I say I was really struggling with the client acquisition process first, but now I know exactly what I need to do. So it's like a tap. If I really want to go hammer in, I could just turn on the tap.
Yeah, that's what I love, where it's like, okay, sure, maybe things are like dry, you're not signing clients. It's like whenever you want, boom, you just turn on outreach. Maybe it'll take like a week to start kicking in, and then from there it's just the clients are rolling in. I know a lot of people who join the program, maybe even you were like this, I don't know, you tell me, where it's like you're kind of confused, or like you don't really know what you're doing. But then it's like, I always make sure to just tell people, okay, like screw the logo of your website or this and that, just make that in like 2-3 days. Here's the templates, here's how to do it. And then boom, just like really start ripping the outreach. Like, do you think having the direction and like the exact next steps is like what led you to like scaling up like crazy?
Bro, like, I don't even mean to glaze here, but like in my life, there's a period that I like to call BA and AA. Before Ayman, after Ayman. Before Ayman, bro, I had some crazy brain fog. I'm telling you, I used to wake up every morning like, oh yeah, cool. What do I do today? Yeah, I just left my parents' house. Bro, I got bills to pay, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'll just send out messages. I'll just post content. I think I know what I'm talking about. But the AA after Ayman, bro, I know exactly what I'm doing now. Like I know I wake up every morning. If I need to do outreach, I need to go do it. If I need to speak to my clients, I know how to do it. If I need to hire new people, I know exactly how to do it. So nah, it's like a tap, bro. It's like literally I know exactly what it is that I'm about to do for sure.
That's awesome. Let's talk about your team structure for a second now. Like, how big is your team? And then also, what do you do on a day to day versus what does the team handle?
Yeah, 100%. So right now we're doing like a really big restructure. So right now I have myself, I have a co-founder, and also we have like channel manager, kind of like the ops manager who looks at over everything, like the scripting, the fulfillment, looks over the work with the clients as well, leads that relationship. But also we're going to be hiring someone kind of like a head of outbound as well, because we really want to focus on the super high leverage things, which is like the content, the marketing, the networking, the relationships. So I say that's where we're at the moment. But even still in the program, like you're like, you what to do at this point. So when you hit the 20K, the 10K per month, all right, you hire for this. When you hit 50K, you hire for this. When you hit 100, hopefully one day I will, inshallah, but you hire for this. But there's always kind of that roadmap of, all right, cool. Even if you don't know who to hire, you know exactly who you need to hire for when you get to that point.
What do you think was the most influential hire to the business? Like, what it sounds like it was the ops manager, right?
Hey, bro, I have so much time. I don't think you understand, man. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to, like, especially having a content agency, like, especially when you're higher up, your time is worth a lot more. You don't want to be spending your time kind of in the weeds of things, kind of looking at edits, reviewing them, going over it all the time. So that ops manager kind of freed up like 20 to 30 hours a week. And it was really beneficial for me.
Yeah, for me too, is a game changer. Like our ops manager, she just like manages the whole 9 yards. But then I have it so the ops manager is split from the quality checker just because we have like
Mhm.
more volume. For you, it sounds like you don't have too many volumes
Yeah.
of videos, so one person can do it. But yeah, for me, it was really like the video quality checking because I mean, you know this, anybody who's watching knows this who has a content agency, like quality checking videos is kind of like the most brain dead like activity. Yeah, it just takes up hella time and it's like
Mhm.
you're just pointing out these mistakes. It's something that can be delegated, but just naturally people push it off. Maybe they're scared to sacrifice margin or they just don't know how to hire for the role. Where is your ops manager from? Like which country?
They are from Singapore. So like
Okay.
completely in the other part of the world. We just hired them, I'd say like recently, maybe in the last week or two. But even since then, life has gotten better, man. Like if I wanted to like catch a soccer game on TV, I can. I don't feel guilty for having to kind of review a video because like now that we train them up, now we have them on board the entire process. Hey man, they know exactly what it is they need to get done.
For me, I've found it typically with like any new role we hire, like it takes like 2 weeks to kind of ramp them up or maybe three, four, but it sounds like, hey, you got it down like quick. You had the onboarding like dialed in.
Honestly, like it takes you 4 weeks, but it takes us 1 week because of the module in your pro. Like we literally know everything that it is that we need to do. So yeah, it might have taken you a very long time. So thank you for all the time that you put into it. You just made our lives a lot easier.
Thank you. My job is pretty much to go do the dirty work, figure it all out, clean it up, pass it off to the group. Were you working like a corporate job before you started up the agency or what was your life like before?
Yeah. So I was working like really like deep into kind of a corporate job. But to be fair as well, I'm like also a content creator on the side. Like I have my own content that I post on a very regular basis. So I was kind of like in between those. But now I'm in a position where even if I like, for example, want to stop the content or kind of I don't have to worry about bills, this agency can provide for me, but not just me, like my team as well. So it's some of the best stuff and honestly fulfilling. Like you realize like the work that you're putting in all the time is funding not only your life, not only like the ops manager's life, but also the editors too. So there's a ton of responsibility that you wake up to every morning, but it's one of the best things ever because you know that without you, obviously you get to a point where the business operates really without you, but you know that, all right, if you show up, you're going to show up not just for you, but you're going to show up for your entire team as well.
100%. Yeah, with us, it's like we have, I forget how many editors now because now it's mainly the ops manager who manages it. But on payroll, we have like 12 or 14 editors, something like that. I'm actually going to do a payroll later today. And it's like, it's cool. Like I'm feeding like all of these families. It's a lot of responsibility too, but the responsibility pushes you to keep working because oh, if you take your foot off the gas, it's like, okay, now it's gonna mess up all these other people's lives too. So that's the cool part there. And overall, do you feel like the content agency model, it's something you're planning on doing for the next like 5, 10 years and it's not going to die or something like that.
Not at all. Not at all. You notice it. Like everyone is starting to post content. Everyone's on Instagram. Everyone's on LinkedIn. Everyone's on YouTube. The moment they kind of find a way to clone themselves and create content with AI solely, which I don't think will ever happen. Look, us as content agency owners, this is a cash flow business. So if you want to start doing other stuff as well, you can kind of feed that content agency money into starting up a business or starting anything else. But no, this industry is never going to die.
I think eventually, like AI, obviously, like there's gonna be like AI video editing, or maybe there already is like the AI cloning, but like you said, it's not good enough yet. I think people will still pay us to operate the system for them, right? And if anything, it's gonna be good for us because our agencies are gonna get more profitable. Where instead of like needing, a 15-person team to make 100K a month, it's like we can maybe run that at like 4 people or something. So it's gonna be huge for us as well. What's like one piece of advice you'd give to people watching? Because I want to make sure people watching this, they also get some value here too. I mean, they already are for sure. What's like 1 or 2 things off the top of your head?
So for me, right, I'm kind of someone that I'm inherently very lazy, right? I'm someone very, very, very lazy, right? Like I try to get the minimum amount of stuff done so that you can get the maximum output. Right. So I know a ton of people will say, oh, you need to work 12, 13 hours per day. No, you don't. If you kind of optimize every single day by like the night before, you write out the high leverage things that you need to do. So for example, whether that's checking in on a client, I don't know, sending out that cold Loom outreach, sending out that cold Dream 100 outreach, make sure you focus on it. And you always want to focus on the highest leverage things at the start of the day, because that's when you have the most energy. That's when, for example, you're going to be the least bothered from your clients, especially depending on the time zone that you work. So for example, for you, Ayman, I know you're based in Dubai. So anyone that's kind of in that region, I know if you wake up super early, you're going to get no pings, you're going to get no messages on Slack, and you can focus on the high leverage things. So for me, it's always just wake up, make sure you get the highest leverage things done. And then when it comes to doing things like sales calls or kind of dealing with your team, try to save that for later on in the afternoon where your creative energy is kind of sapped out.
Completely agree with that. And like you said, here when I wake up, it's like everything is clear. I can do what I want. Like yesterday, even though it was I recorded like 3 YouTube videos. It took me only like an hour and a half because it's like I already knew what to do going into it. I have like the system down. I got the important stuff done at the start of the day. And then after that, I can go and like do whatever I want. And then also like the team stuff like that. So that's very important. And I agree with the thing you said of like not needing to work like, 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day. I'm a, even though on my YouTube and Instagram, stuff like that, I talk about it a lot and I'm not lying or anything. It's just like, it's kind of like a switch. I think like, hey, sometimes, you should push like 12 hours a day because, you need to get some leads, you need to get some money. But then eventually, like, you can definitely like tone it down. Like, I know now I can run in the agency and keep scaling with like very minimal amount of time per day input on my end. But that's because I have the team. But naturally, like at the start, when you don't have the team to delegate to, you have to essentially sell your own time. And then later you start selling other people's time. Do you have any like plans aside from the agency, like side projects or anything you want to like share? Or you're really just like agencies, like full focus?
No, we're going all in, man. We're going all in. Like we really want to target like the best of the best. We're not just targeting like kind of what all the content agencies trying to go. No, we're trying to go super next level. And I feel like the Content Agency Accelerator program kind of got me to that point where I know, all right, cool. I can leave all the agency stuff on the side, but now we got big plans. And I think, yeah, when we're ready to share it with everyone, we're going to do it.
What would you say for people who are on the fence of joining the program? What would you tell them?
Just do it, man. Stop wasting your time. Stop umming and ahhing. If you need to pray to God, go pray to God. If you need to ask your parents, ask your parents. But at the end of the day, the decision is going to come from you. So, like, for me, when I invested, it was like my last amount of money that I had because I just moved into a place. I just, life happens. But it was one of the best decisions that I made, and I made it back in like 2 weeks. I made that investment back literally in 2 weeks. So I totally recommend it. If you're on the fence, just take it from me. I am the laziest person you'll probably know and see, but I still got the job done. So if I can do it, genuinely, you can as well.
So guys, with that, I'm going to wrap up the interview. Thank you, Ahmed, for the kind words. If you guys want to apply to work one-to-one directly with me, there's going to be a link down in the description below. And that's it. I'll also have Ahmed's links down in there. So see you guys in the next video.